Billionaire Tesla stock investor Leo just implied that we should vote Elon out because he's not protecting Tesla investors. We'll get to that in a moment. But also, he says, here comes our tragic hero, the hero of tiny testicles. What is happening? Just to be fully clear, Elon was not tweeting at Leo. He was replying to this tweet. Leo also retweeted this tweet. Would you consider voting against Elon Musk? I know when the time comes, I'm voting against him and his board for not doing their fiduciary duty, protecting Tesla investors. So to me, this is Leo implying that his stance is similar or the same, because before he made statements like this one right here, comparing the biggest fraud of our generation, FTX's SBF. He compared him to Elon. Leo is also retweeting tweets like this one. Here's someone saying that he has a 50% gain by making money when Tesla went down by shorting it. He says the CEO is doing a great job. I love him. Leo is also talking about Dan Ives, who said that Elon started this whole fire and Elon is the only one who can extinguish this fire. Dan is a Wedbush analyst, which has $4 billion under management. Dan has a list of 10 actions that Elon Musk needs to take to change the sentiment around Tesla. And before we get into those, check this out. Elon Musk liked this tweet. Tesla is hilariously undervalued. Here is Dan's list. Number 1 is to name a new chief executive of Twitter by the end of January. We know Elon is working on that. He's looking for a new CEO. Elon ran the poll. The poll ended, and it's decided that Elon will resign eventually, and Elon confirmed that he will indeed resign as soon as he finds someone foolish enough to take the job. Number 2, Elon has to stop his personal sales of Tesla stock and formally adopt a 10b5-1 plan so investors know there's no major selling block around the corner, as Musk sold roughly $40 billion of Tesla stock in the last 12-ish months. All this means is instead of Elon randomly selling Tesla stock shares when no one is expecting him to sell, instead of that, it would be formally announced exactly how much and when exactly Elon will be selling, and then we all know and we don't get surprised, and usually it would be smaller amounts but more often, so it wouldn't have a big impact on the markets. I mean, if you spread out $5 billion, for example, over let's say 2 months, it will have a very different effect as compared to $5 billion in 3 trading days. Very big difference on the markets. But him selling unexpectedly is really the thing that irritates many investors. Number 3, Dan Ives says that Elon needs to present investors a more conservative delivery target for Tesla EVs. The 50% growth target is not happening, in our opinion, with a 35% or higher possible delivery growth, a more hittable and realistic goal for 2023. So Dan Ives thinks that 35% is more realistic than 50%. All right, well, let's just go back a little bit, back to 2021, April 4th. Dan thought that Tesla would deliver 850,000 vehicles that year. But, of course, Tesla ended up delivering about almost 100,000 more vehicles for 2021. So I don't think Elon should really listen to this point. Certainly not. Whatever Elon wants to do, I'm fine with it. Number 4, refocus on Tesla and not Twitter. Musk is the heart and lung of Tesla. Now that I wish Elon spent as much time as possible on Tesla. Tesla is so big and so huge that there's always going to be a lot of work for Elon as long as Elon is willing to actually do the work. Number 5. Set a delivery target for the Cybertruck by the end of 2023. Timing is the key here. Dan Ives is worried about competition, and he's also worried that Cybertruck will be delayed again. And he's saying that Giga Austin is up and running, and now it is key. The Cybertruck is key for Tesla to keep growing. Number 6. Make changes to the Tesla board of directors to add more experience in tech and EVs. I think Elon has plenty of experience in EVs and tech. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Elon is in charge of the world's biggest EV company. So this one, I'm just going to pass. Number 7. Issue a Tesla stock buyback. Announcing a major stock buyback program is important for the street's confidence, and with the stock at these levels, a no-brainer strategic move in our opinion for Tesla, given its massive treasure chest. Elon has spoken on this recently in pretty high detail. A buyback is going to happen once Elon believes that it's clear what kind of recession we are having and that Tesla is certainly fine. Once the worst part of a recession is behind us, then Elon said we can do a buyback. And I agree with Elon as well. Let Elon pick the time of when to do a stock buyback. I was very strongly against a stock buyback in August and see what stock price did. Now we can buy about 3 times more the amount of shares that we could have back in August. So, for example, if we did a $10 billion buyback back then, it would be the same as doing a $3.3 billion buyback now. That's the kind of difference that we are talking about here in terms of improving earnings per share. When we do a buyback, earnings per share number is going to improve. And you can see every time Elon sold, he picked, in red is S&P 500. So you can see that he timed the market perfectly, well, not exactly perfectly, but pretty well, except right here. But these, I would consider those more of emergency sales. So Elon has proved to be able to pick good moments for selling Tesla stock. Let him pick a moment to also buy Tesla stock with Tesla, the company doing a stock buyback. Number 8 is to foster more financial transparency around margin structure at Tesla. We believe this is a hidden gem at the company with more production sales in China and Giga Berlin and Austin ramping. Number 9 is to refrain from political issues on Twitter. The more political on Twitter that Musk becomes is a bad thing for selling EV cars to the masses. Even if this statement was not true, but because analysts believe it is true, that alone drives stock price down. Short term, not a problem because I'm a long-term investor, but it does have an impact on the stock price, certainly. For a simple reason that analysts like Dan Ives say it does have an effect. And number 10, present a comprehensive strategy for his plans at Twitter. Now, this one I really agree with. Right now, very simply, the fear is Twitter is bleeding money with advertisers fleeing for now. Well, I think they are coming back. Apple is not going away. which means more losses and therefore more Musk Tesla stock sales. Once a new CEO is in place, lay out the 3-year strategy of Twitter and what this can become. Super app, the X app is what Elon referred to, which should be supposedly like a WeChat, basically the everything app. But right now, we don't really know for sure what it is going to be. We can mostly just speculate on little hints that Elon drops here and there. So overall, not a bad list from Dan Ives, and these are 48 reasons why I only own Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.